Welcome to another episode of Positivity. Super excited to be back with another one, a good one. And I have here Rabbi Yomtov Glazer, who is incredible at bringing in so much light and love and inspiration into our communities, especially in the Hasidic communities throughout his many workshops that he does for men, for women, continuous classes, and so many things that all with one intention to elevate and to bring people, to give them a happier, better quality of life. This episode's been brought to you by The Right Contact. What do they do? Very simple. For those who have contact lenses, know the struggle of needing to go back to your doctor, getting it there, or paying high prices for it. This company is a direct authorized user from the lenses company direct. So the prices are a lot better and they enable you to place your order easy through WhatsApp. You can have it on a subscription basis and it comes directly to your door. They're running a special promotion right now. You can get a free prescription goggles for you, for your kid, when you order 4 packs of the AcuAv lenses. That's one special, and another is if you mention Weber, get yourself 5% off on your order. The number to order is 718-624-6911. Call, text, or WhatsApp, or you can place an order at order@therightcontact.nyc. Thank you, The Right Contact, for sponsoring this episode. This episode is in honor of the literally hundreds of people that have requested to do an episode with you. They constantly told me, also when I was like struggling at any point in my life, they would say, go to his workshop, go, he's amazing. Anytime we have a conversation of healing on my WhatsApp status, where I have thousands of people, they always recommend go to him. Rabbi Yomtov, men and women alike, recommend your work and your classes. So that's incredible. And I want to ask you straight out, Rabbi Yomtov, what do you think? Why are people drawn to you? I know your story, maybe we can get into that later. You have a very unique story, but why do you think, as of now, people are drawn to you, to your classes, literally in the thousands?
I think that they're not drawn to me.
Okay.
I think they're drawn to themselves.
Okay.
I think that when you see a happy person, you're wondering what makes them happy, and maybe it could make you happy too. Like what do they know that you don't know?
Right.
And when you see someone who's not burdened by the heaviness of the community, he's just not from there. It's not what so either he broke through something or he never had it to begin with, which is a good question. But I'm from the community. Let's say some guy's interested in coming to my programs, and he's like, I'm from that community and I'm feeling the heaviness, and you're clearly not, so maybe you got some way to get me out of there.
Yeah.
To, like, not out of the community, but out of the heaviness.
Yeah.
And then there's another thing is Yiddishkeit. It's pretty intense. I mean, there's 45,000 halachas. 30,000 of them are mitzvahs, or how to not do the mitzvahs, loisas.
Wow.
And that's pretty burdening too. I mean, that's pretty heavy responsibility.
Okay.
And here's someone who's clearly keeping all that with joy. Well, how are you doing it with joy while we're doing it with like Oil Malchus Shamayim,
Right.
Ola Teire, Shvel being a Yid, it's difficult being a Yid.
Yeah.
Hard to be a Jew, it says in English. How do you say it in Yiddish?
Schwer zu sein, Aid.
Schwer zu sein, Yid, and guys do it even close. And here's a guy who's like, clearly, I have smicha, like I'm a rav, and
Oh, wow.
and I keep everything, obviously, but I just think it's the most, when someone says mincha, I'm like, mincha? So excited.
Yeah.
I love mincha.
Right.
So, while everyone else is rolling their eyes about the fact that we have to
Right.
somehow get castrated into mincha in the middle of our workday.
So why is it like that, do you think, that so many people have this heaviness? And I take it because I literally had a conversation with my brother-in-law this week, and I said, let me explain to you how I deal with Yiddishkeit. Because I do think that it's challenging, especially we all grow up with these narratives from teachers, parents, and they give it to us one way. And then as adults, automatically we break off from everything that we learned because we are now our own people. We don't just want to follow. And I explained to him that for me personally, when it came to Shabbos, I took it upon me as a mental health rest. Like I told him, what's the win? The win is if I do use my phone on Shabbos, how is that a win? Now I'm just more addicted. How does that make it better? Or kashrus, I choose to keep it because it limits me to certain foods. Now I'm not eating all over any hour of the night because I can only eat kosher. And so on and on and on. Every detail of Yiddishkeit I chose upon myself for the reason that works for me.
Right.
And I told him, I said, try it for yourself and, see if that works and you feel comfortable with it. But my point is that I think that that's where the heaviness comes from. Why do you think people have so much heaviness?
The heaviness comes from the Holocaust.
Straight up.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, most of them have passed away already, but the parents of everyone's parents of people your age grew up with the Altherin, the elderly, who were not so elderly when they were kids. Your parents were kids; they weren't that elderly,
Right.
and they were people who suffered, stuff that we never will know what they suffered.
Okay.
And then chose to show those Nazi bastards by rebuilding at least the externals of Yiddishkeit. Like, we're going to at least build moistus and press everybody into service, which is a term for the army. You press them into service.
Yeah.
They're going to press everyone into service. And it's pretty heavy, It's pretty heavy to have that. And in the Possible You, I'll share with you a little part of the Possible You. It's called the MCZ, which stands for the Misery Comfort Zone.
Okay.
The MCZ is the amount of misery that you're comfortable with.
Yeah.
Which sounds funny, right? Because if it's miserable, it's not comfortable. But it's called the Misery Comfort Zone. Because,
I can relate.
Right, everyone relates. Is that you realize that there's a certain amount of misery that you're addicted to,
Yeah.
And anything that could possibly threaten to make you happier, you'll sabotage it to maintain your misery comfort zone.
Yeah.
So, for example, couples will sabotage the loving connection of their relationship.
Wow.
Because who am I to have this kind of love? So I got to come home late, or she's going to attack them, or they got to do something. I call it accordion relationships.
Wow.
Where it's you got to do something that's a I hate you thing, and then the other one does pulls away as well. I hate you.
Yeah.
And he's like, I can't live without you. I can't live without you. I love you. I love you. And it's this accordion relationship that everyone's living in because of the misery comfort zone. That's an example in relationships.
Right. Or is also because it's familiar, maybe.
Health. What?
Or maybe because it's familiar.
That's what it's from. It's the misery
Familiar,
comfort
right.
zone. I'll teach a little. I'll share with you a little deeper yesod, and that is that human beings don't have identities. We don't actually have identities, like real identities. We copy paste identity. We develop identity based on what's outside of us, and we're scared to death to be nobody. Even though those moments where you're no one, like standing in awe of the Swiss Alps, or you're seeing Niagara Falls for the first time, or whenever you're in these moments where there is no identity, you're filled with energy, filled with gratitude, filled with joy.
Yeah.
You're totally at ease with other people, no social anxiety. You're at your very best when you have no anxiety. Sorry, you're at your very best when you have no identity.
Yeah.
Yet all of us are grabbing identity.
Right.
And it's a nightmare. Meaning, people would rather be someone they don't like. Meaning, people would rather be someone that they don't like than to be no one and happy.
Yeah. Isn't that a big part of kehillas today's days?
What do you mean?
Exactly what it is. That they'd rather belong to some kehillah, even though it doesn't work for them. But as long as they now have access to that specific shul or place or moistus, rather than, like you said, choosing for themselves.
Well, I don't know if people want access to a shul as much as they want access to more of their identity.
Yeah.
Because when you show up to a shul, everyone knows you, and so now you're that guy. And
Right, but I'm saying I think too many people that I speak to are sending their kids to a place they don't feel comfortable or belonging to a place they don't feel comfortable. And now it's
Service,
making,
the community service of like
yeah,
schools and
correct.
go on.
Because if they go away from there, like you said, they lose that identity. They have to start over. They have to start on their own. They
Hmm.
have to maybe choose a school or a place that's going to work for them, for their real selves, without the identity.
Right. Listen,
Yeah,
it's a whole subject in itself. Is do I want to be part of a community that maintains the continuity of my grandparents to my parents to me to my kids? Do I want to keep that chain going,
right.
even if I'm not that,
Yeah,
or do I want to send my kids to some experimental expression of this generation,
right.
which would be more matim for me, more like fitting,
Yeah,
but with the risk of the Jewish continuity.
right. I
You know,
think, yeah,
just as far as Jewish continuity is concerned, the whole entire Haredi communities got one thing and one thing alone in mind, and that is how do we make sure the kids still smell Jewish, and then the Bachrim will smell Jewish, and then the Avrechim, how do we do that? But they forget the rest of the question. Haredim saying, how do I make sure that? That's the question. But there's a second part of the question.
okay,
And still feel alive.
right.
How do I get people to still be part of this Messiah so we don't get washed out into Western Haskalah culture
Yeah,
and still feel alive? So meaning you can get a kid to grow up in the community and that in a way that your Zaidi and Alter Zaidi consider him still looking and smelling like a Yid,
yeah,
but he's dead inside. So you created a zombie, and who hasn't seen the zombies?
yeah,
A zombie's a English word for the living dead, like someone walking
yeah,
around dead. Who doesn't see the zombies walking
right.
around, Brooklyn or Muncie or at the mikvahs or
Right,
in the shuls? So like shkoyach, you made a next generation, except everyone's dead,
right. So
which
which
is what I came to fix. That's what I came to fix.
right, but here is where the question begins is okay, so what is the purpose of life, of Yiddishkeit? And that's something that I really want to get into. I want to just do a quick shout out to a few people. First of all, there's a company, Khotel. That's how he calls himself. Do you know him?
Oh my gosh, yeah,
Yeah.
he sends me WhatsApps. I forgot about it.
Yeah,
I
so
always couldn't figure out what this K hotel
yeah,
was.
so he does management for apartments in Israel, and they can he also, if you want to rent an apartment when you go to Israel, he can hook you up in any location with the most beautiful apartment.
Hey, you want to hear something about K hotels?
Yeah,
I haven't decided, even though it's in 2 weeks,
yeah,
to invite, like businessmen, from businessmen,
okay.
to come spend a week with me in Israel.
Ah, okay.
But I'm not handling legit. Like you choose which hotel will be Yerushalayim, which hotel will be Sfas. I'm going to take care of the desert because they're not going to know where to go in the desert.
Yeah.
But we're going to do Yerushalayim, the desert, and then up to Sfas for Shabbos.
Right,
Kivrei Tzadikim that no one's ever been to in their lives.
right.
That you need a 4-wheel drive.
Wow.
And it's going to be Tuesday. It's going to be just coming up in like 2 weeks. So if people are interested in that, they should
Reach out.
reach out, which is yomtovglazer@gmail.
Okay.
But K
I'm gonna
Hotel
put
will
the-
come right in handy.
Oh, so yeah,
That's
guys.
what I'm saying.
If you're going to the retreat, to this program, you can book with K Hotel. The number is 929-341-0448. And any customer that mentions Weber, the podcast, Positivity, can get a special discount. Also, there is 1-800-EICHLERS. This is a steady supporter of the podcast. But right now it became a lot easier to order. We know about their website, but now it's available also on WhatsApp. So it's super convenient if you want to order anything from gifts to talis, kapel, or house gifts, toys for kids, svurim, books, whatever, you name it. You can send them a WhatsApp. And again, same day delivery to most areas where Jews live. Lakewood, Bar Park, Williamsburg, Muncie. The number is 1-800-342-4537. Back to my question is that a lot of people, when I have this question of find yourself or whatever, they always tell me, so what's the goal? What's the point? A lot of people, unfortunately, believe that just going with the flow, the way they grew up, is the best choice. So, which brings me back to the question, in a sense, in your opinion, what is the purpose of life? You say people sometimes are makana because you're living a happy, good life while keeping everything. What do you see is the
It's
purpose of
funny you
life?
said people are mechanic.
Why?
You're just saying the truth. You're saying the truth, but we didn't even discuss that. We privately discussed for a moment
Yeah.
that the people who watch when I'm on podcast and they watch it, there's certain people who they don't like me. I didn't suffer the European curse of being raised post-war. By the way, I was raised by Holocaust survivors.
Okay, but
They were the ones who went to California.
ah,
They didn't build Moisdes. They had the numbers on their arms, but they were the ones who said, like, anything that happened in Europe is over now. And
wow.
we're not going to mention it. We're not going to bring up Yiddishkeit. We're not going to bring up anything.
But
Not the hell we went through,
okay,
and not Torah, and not God, and not anything. And we're going to raise these kids in Los Angeles who are going to have nothing but joy. And there's people who see me on podcasts or whatever, and they're like, who the hell is he to be so happy? Like, he gets to be so happy, and he gets to enjoy, like, he becomes frum at 23 because he chose to? Who the
Yeah.
hell are you?
right.
Like, you don't get us. You don't get what we're going through. You don't get what it's like to be raised post-war. Like, you're just, Yomtov Glazer, Mr. Happy, and they can't take it. And use that as their excuse why they're not going to come heal. But Lamaisa, I had no intention to have anything to do with the Hasidic community of this post-war world. I go in a gold kaftan in Yerushalayim with a big fat gadol. I'm part of a community in Pinsk-Karlin and Me'eshayim. I created a seminar that was only for like these new Bali Tshuva or at Esha Torah, because I created it with Rav Noach Weinberg for the students at Eish.
Right.
Their tutors, who were Mir Yeshiva Shig boys,
Yeah.
were watching the students they were tutoring into how to learn Gemara, were like transforming themselves. This was made for healthy, normal, rich kid Bal Tshuvas in 1990s. That's what I created this for.
Right.
And what happened was all these yeshiva boys discovered it. Next time I ran one, there were no Eish guys there. It was all these yeshiva, just yeshiva bachers. And Esha Torah's like, who the hell are these guys? Get these guys out of here. Like, what are they doing in our building? And so I rented a hall. You know how much I charged them? I never charged anyone for the seminar. 3 years I never charged anyone.
Oh wow.
These guys were, you know what I did? I took a hall, figured out how many guys there were, and divided the price of the hall up to the guys.
Wow.
I was in a vrech koilel, living my life in either doing kiruv for fry people, not fry Yidden, fry vivo, not Yidden who were raised from, Bal Tshuvas, and I was living my life in Pinsk Karlin. I get discovered by Shemi Yeshiva boys. Okay, great. Next thing I know, I'm starting to notice people with pious in the seminar. And next thing I know, because if you have this Hungarian face, we're from Marmash, we're business. Meaning from the old world. This face is the only face that anyone in the Hasidic world trusts.
Ah.
It's this look. And they trust it. And you want to hear something so interesting? That from the Hungarian world, Hungarians are constantly wondering what everyone is thinking. When you walk into shul, the whole shul just goes like that. And then you're like, what's everyone thinking? It's uniquely Hungarian, this.
Okay.
Polishers walk in the shul, they daven. A Syrian walks in the shul, they daven. A Hungarian walks in the shul, and it's like a fashion show catwalk. With
Yeah.
everyone's shooting pictures of it. And the thing is, I'm raised by fry Hungarians who they left absolutely nothing of Europe to join them into California.
Yeah.
But guess what? Oh my gosh, their crazy fixation on what Yemen's thinking is insane.
Really?
Mamish is from Hungary. It's from Hungary, and they have it till the end. They have it,
Right.
and like my father rebelled and didn't marry up. You know, I mean, have you heard of? Your wife's probably heard of Max Factor Makeup. You know, it's like one of the biggest makeup companies in the world. My oldest uncle married
Yeah.
the owner of Max Factor's daughter.
You know
And
Max Factor?
whatever. If you Google it now, you'll see. But she married Max Factor's granddaughter. But it was a planned thing, like that the Glazers should look good.
Yeah.
My father married a lady her father was a wool trader, and he sold wool from Northern California. She had one dress to go out with him. Every time he went out with her, she had the same dress. She didn't have another dress. She had to go buy a dress just for the engagement, meaning to have a second dress.
Yeah.
And
So
anyway,
you notice Hasidim, sooner or later your classes became more for Hasidim, and that's when you started what?
it didn't become for Chassidim, it became filled with Chassidim.
Right.
It was originally for human beings.
Okay.
It's still for human beings. It's just that Chassidim come.
Right.
And by the way, right now I'm running one in Lakewood. There's out of the whole group, there's probably 4 or 5 Hasidim. Yeah, it's like.
And what is the rest
meaning
of the
finally Lakewood's catching on, like Lakewood's catching on.
Oh yeah, you're doing it for a lot of Litvish people.
It's just whoever, but finally
It seems also like a very light program. Like it's only a few hours a day, like a class.
No, it's a full immersion intensive program.
It is intensive.
It's 4 days straight.
Okay. But
And
it's
the
only
first day's
7 to
all
11.
day. No, the first day's 1 p.m. till 11:30.
Okay.
And then it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday from 7 to 11:30.
So that's full
Meaning
immersion.
well, it's very intense immersion, but it's over quickly. It's over Wednesday. Whereas if you go to a program for 3 hours a night for 10 weeks,
Yeah.
you're
Right.
you're.
And what's the goal with a program like this? Yeah, so to all the people that want to know about programs, personally for me, and if you want, you can talk to me if you want, I never felt like I want to go to a program. I haven't gone, but I never felt like I enjoyed it. I did obviously a lot of therapy, coaching. I enjoy to do my own personal healing or even breath work, but for me, a group setting to me sounds scary, which is contradicting, right? Because why is it scary? Meaning there's got to be, I think, some kind of resentment.
Yeah. Whenever someone asks me,
Resistance.
Whenever
there got to be some kind of resistance.
sure, and whenever someone asks me the question, how many people are going to be there?
Yeah.
I always say, I don't like being around people. It's like, you can't work on social anxiety without a group. You just can't. You could talk about it for $10,000 worth of hours.
Right.
You're going to have the same social anxiety.
For me, it's healing and social anxiety.
So this transforms people's social anxiety.
I also want to mention Hooplah, another podcast sponsor. We're going to speak here about a little bit of healing and inner child and recognizing, realizing yourself. And I think that to go out and have a good time, spend quality time with your children, spend quality time for yourself at any Hooplah location. They just expanded the Borough Park location. They have the biggest location is here in Lakewood and Toms River. They also have, you going upstate, there's a new location in Monroe. There's the location in upstate that everybody knows. So also mention Weber for a special discount and enjoy your time at Hooplah. Also, we're going to give a shout out to the place we're recording. This is the Westwood studio. So thank you, Westwood, and thank you guys for supporting our sponsors. It's really appreciated if you can reach out to these people, even just save their number, tell them that you came from us. It would really mean a lot. They are the ones who bring you this content because they are the ones supporting the program. So thank you. So maybe I should go. It's still running?
What?
Still running the class?
Well, you missed this particular run, but I'll
But you're coming back.
My next one's in Muncie on the 12th of July.
Uh-huh.
It'll hit even the 9 days, maybe a day or two of the 9 days.
Wow.
But it's and by the way, the goal of the seminar is not social anxiety, but you can't break through that. And every single person spends so much of their life worrying, what are they going to think? And that's, I would call that 80% of the hell of life. Think about it. Speaking of hell, you know what hell is? Hell is going upstairs after you die and having a split screen. And one side of the screen is everything you did, and the other side of the screen is everything you should have done, and you could have done. And there's only one reason for it, and it's what would they have thought if I did that? And that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. So it's Gehenna here and it's Gehenna there.
Yeah.
And no therapy and no coach will ever break you through something until you get in the room with a group of men or a group of women that have a pact of confidentiality, like in the blood. It's like I have to cut everyone's arm a little bit, and we put it all together in a bowl, and everyone has to drink a shot to say that nothing's leaving this room. And by the way, this is a secret nobody knows, but I'm going to share it, is that you don't have to say a word about yourself the whole seminar. Mm-hmm. This is not a self-help, like, it's not, there's no campfire. This isn't like...
So what happened?
This is a technology that I came into. It's a technology. You don't need to say anything, really. I mean, we have a time where everyone goes around the room and says their name.
Right.
I say, give me an outcome you'd love to have. You know, so the guy's like, I'd love to be comfortable in my own skin. Okay, we can all make a deal that he's not, you know.
Yeah.
But that's it. And then it's next. And the people in the room are like, you mean I'm not going to tell my life story? Mm-hmm. Like, if you told your life story, it would take about an hour. We got 30 guys in the room. That's longer than the seminar.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's a technology.
So what happens? But yeah, what happens by the seminar, basically, if you as much.
The seminar is a psycho thriller. You're at the edge of your seat the whole time. It's all about you the whole time. You have a workbook. In your workbook, you're like circling the Genesis, Bereshit, the genesis of your personality, of how you became who you became.
Wow.
And everything you became is really not you. Why? Because who are you if not who you want everyone to know who you are? But where'd you come up with all the stuff you want everyone to know you are? And after a while, you start believing that's who you are because everyone knows you that. So everyone just keeps giving you that. So after a while, you start believing your own S.
Yeah.
I'm not going to swear. I don't swear, especially in Lakewood. Lakewood, the word hell and damn are swear words, so you gotta be careful in Lakewood. Trump, I don't know what they think of Trump because he swears every time he speaks. Yeah. Because he uses the word hell a lot, including on Twitter this morning. But you believe your own stuff. That's why I said S. The S word is stuff.
Yeah.
So you believe your own stuff after a while, but meanwhile, none of that's you. All of that which you've been saying you are is really moves you made, little chess moves you made as a kid to cover up what you were really thinking you are, which does begin with S, but the one that smells. Okay, so like the one that says stuff is big, to be the big stuff, like puffed out, like, you know, whereas the other one that stinks, that goes in the toilet, is what people really believe about themselves. They just aren't willing to admit it. They're not willing to admit that. And so what do? They create an outer personality. They start running with it. Everyone seems to send it back to them. You know, it's being well validated. And so then that becomes who you are. Except that's not who you are. And the more you have to play it, because you got to keep going, you can't stop. So you're like running on a treadmill forever and ever and ever. You get exhausted. As soon as you slow down on the treadmill because you're getting so tired, you start noticing the treadmill reads all those negative things. So you start running again. Like, I got to keep running. You think your body's not keeping a score? You think your metabolism isn't feeling this? You think your digestive system doesn't feel this? Headaches, backaches, like you feel it. And who says you're not going to be one of those guys that lives 100 years, which means the last 20 years, your body's going to be a cage instead of a vessel. Your body's a vehicle. It's supposed to be a Porsche. You know, you're supposed to be driving around in a Porsche. But maybe you're going to be one of those dudes who God said you're going to live to 100. What are you going to do between 80 and 100?
Wow.
We can do it at 80 and 100, be in a wheelchair, you
Right.
know? So the body can't take it. And I heard you earlier talking about like having an inner game when it comes to food. Forget what you eat. Have a good inner game. And that's what
So I'm doing good with my pasta pizza bagel.
as long as, well, with a good inner game. I've never heard anyone speak that way because if you look in nature, every if you look in nature, you'll see every animal, you know, like all the deer walking around Lakewood. Like I've never seen an overweight one, nor have I seen one that's weak. They're all perfectly strong from the day they're born until the day they die.
Because they eat salad all day.
They just eat salad all day. They're eating greens, and they're all good, you know. And koala bears eat eucalyptus leaves, and like everyone's got their thing, except human beings
Right.
are like freaked out when it comes to this stuff, but all of it, I really believe, all of it boils down to the negative self-image
Right.
that we secretly hold while pretending we're someone else.
Right. So just to recap what you said, and I've heard this in the past, but now I'm hearing it from you, is basically that the possible you is very much about meeting up with people, understanding the story that they've created as a child, and then basically pulling that apart and saying, hey, you're not the story that you created, you are something else. Not only you're something else, but you're such a beautiful, unique individual, and you covered it up with something else. So you're like twice something else, right?
It's a double chatzitza. I use my AirPods for this.
Yeah.
This is the beautiful self, the Tselem Elokim, the Chelek Elokam Imal.
Okay.
This is the beautiful child you were, Ellie, as a little kid.
Okay.
Then we start covering it up with all kinds of garbage stuff we say about ourselves.
Okay.
Which I call the Motzi Shemra, the character assassination we do to ourselves based on circumstances.
Okay.
And then we cover it up again with who we are. And now we got to keep being who we are. But that's not who you are. By the way, everyone wants to succeed, right?
Yeah.
Sure, you've had some business people on this?
Yeah.
Everyone wants to succeed. Everyone wants to be the successful guy. But so many people just keep banging their head on a glass ceiling, watching through the glass ceiling.
Right.
Everyone who is succeeding. And you're like, why do I keep hitting this thing? It's because your outer edge is this self-definition that you told everybody. Meaning we have this is this soul, this is the garbage, this is who we tell everyone we are.
Right.
And that there's no expanding that.
Right.
That's the edge.
Yeah. So now the person going to this class, this workshop.
And all of it stays private. You don't have to share a thing.
Right. So you're telling them about this. Now what happens? They're there for that day or 2-3 days. What happens the day after? They just came, they had
After the end?
Yeah. They had now the most transformative lesson in their life.
Yeah.
How do they now they walk around? They're like, okay, so I'm someone else.
So the very next day.
Some call it like opening a can of worms. Like, okay, now
no, not in this case. For women, it takes about 4 to 6 weeks to settle.
Okay.
Meaning the seminar is designed like a surgery. We're going to open you up. We're going to do the surgery, and then we're going to sew you up on the last day, and you're going to be fine.
Okay.
It just so happens that women, and especially Hasidic women, carry such heaviness inside of them. Transgenerational stuff is inside of them.
Because they carry it in their bodies. That's what women are a lot more than that. I mean, their bodies are a lot more serious than men, which is a good thing. It works in their benefit.
And there's another thing is there's an expectation that you'll suffer silently your whole life. And all of a sudden you've been given a chance to let it out. So even though
it's scary.
Even though the women's leader has sewn them up the last day, she's doing the leaders keep full compliance of the seminar I created.
Okay.
They don't turn it into a 1 month thing.
Right.
It ends on the 4th day.
Okay.
They have meetings every week.
Right.
But to be honest, the women are kind of hemorrhaging for about a month. But it's still worth it. Meaning, women listening to this are probably like, "Whoa, that sounds scary." Like I got sewn up, but I'm still bleeding. And the answer is, you got a lot of stuff in there that men don't carry. And But here's the thing, that's an amazing thing to know in general, just another principle is that if you're shaking inside of gosh, the trauma, the transgenerational pain, if you're shaking inside and it's now coming out, I know that sounds scary, but I got something even scarier than that.
Staying
Keeping it in.
like that. Yeah, exactly.
Keeping it in.
Right.
So, okay, cry yourself into your pillow for a month. Let your husband think that no one does the laundry anymore because you can't function. So it'll be a rough month. By the way, not every woman has that.
Yeah.
But even if you do have that, tell your husband before you go in. Usually women's husbands already did it.
Right.
And now they're trying to get their wife to heal.
Yeah.
And so, but just tell them, like, I may be a little out to lunch for the next couple of weeks.
Right. So what is the push for somebody to do this? Because the way you describe it, it does sound scary.
Courage.
Yeah.
How about being courageous? How about, I mean, think about it, like they say that scientifically that 30% were motivated towards something, but 70% were motivated away from something. Meaning positive motivation. So many people like try to go on diets because they want to feel fit, that's positive motivation. That only counts for 30% of success. 70% is, I don't want to die 20 years early.
Yeah.
It's the negative motivation. That's what gets people moving. You know, every smoker wants to be the guy who doesn't smoke, but it doesn't help when he gets the diagnosis that he's got 3 months to live unless he stops today. He stops today. So negative motivation is what gets people. And so I think what gets people in the room, even though they know it's going to be an intense adventure and crazy ride to do the possible you, is that I don't want to live the rest of my life and be buried knowing that I never had an authentic day in my life. Like you might think this wall is authentic. Is it? I don't know. No, it's drywall. That's not, it looks authentic, right?
Yeah.
It's not. Like if this thing were holding up this building, I'd run out of this room real quick.
Yeah.
But inside there is wood that's been set up at all the angles that it's got to be to keep the building high up. And this is just drywall. That's not holding this place up.
Right.
So everyone's this wall.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty heavy negative motivator. And again, negative motivation is the key to motivation.
Right.
It's a heavy negative motivator is that, yeah, I'd love to be healthy. That's the positive motivation, but it doesn't work for people. But to spend my life kind of dying inside I don't want that to be my life. And I just want to end the suffering.
Yeah.
I don't want to suffer my whole life. This is why a lot of these people don't like me, because they say, like, this guy doesn't suffer like us.
Yeah.
But there's two reasons I don't suffer like them. One is I wasn't raised to be suffering. I was raised by survivors who were going to give us a new life.
Right.
So we wouldn't have that.
Right.
And the other reason is I've created...
Yeah.
The other reason is that... but I've never laughed so hard that a phone rang.
What's so funny?
You know it's so funny. The other reason is because I created a technology that stops the suffering.
Right.
You don't have to suffer, and that's the misery comfort zone.
Right.
Is that we'd rather suffer because that's what we know, because we're attached to identity.
Right. What about people that say that this doesn't work according to the Torah, and who says that your methods are Toiradig?
Oh, like
serious.
that?
What do you...
That doesn't come up much, but first of all, we've had plenty of Dayanim in there and Manhigim in there, and I've had whole heads of Kehilas, you know, Rav, who's one of the biggest Beis-Dins in Eretz Yisrael. Well, actually, there's so much confidentiality that I can't even tell you who this was. Meaning I wasn't going to say his name, but you could figure it out.
Yeah.
First of all, we've had plenty of people through like that. Mm-hmm. We have Rav Makshir from the Chassidish community. We have a Rav Makshir from the Litvish community. We have, but it's not just that. When you get the handbook after you finish, you have a workbook during, but afterwards you get the actual book. Mm-hmm. And guess what the back of the book is? It's 189 Marmakaimas. It's the whole seminar, just Torah. Oh, wow. And I wrote out all the Marmakaimas. Wow. And actually a Dayan in Bells, Rav Nachum Chaimowitz, wrote them out. But I said, like, give me the whole thing, not just page numbers. Like, what did it say there? And so it's like a second book of the whole thing in Torah.
Right. It's incredible. Yeah, it's interesting. As I was making Kiddush this week, Shabbos, I was like thinking to myself that there's always been a part of me that just really enjoys life. Like I enjoy life. The question is how much I focus on the joy of life. Because between doing so many things and business and working and meetings and even being married and coming and going, I forget the point, and that's why I love Shabbos and making Kiddush because it's like I bless the world, and it's like, why am I even here? What's this whole Kiddush about? So I do agree. Most people they probably never even experienced life. Like I know how much you love nature and just taking days off and spending time with yourself. I guess what I'm trying to say is that if people can try to go there for a minute and say how much joy there is in just living and how this experience is supposed to be beautiful, they would get a lot further. And I don't think people have that right now. And especially what you see with a lot of Hasidim or Kehillas, it's really not focused around joy. When you mention joy, it doesn't seem like it's focused around joy. It's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of meeting
And there's
deadlines.
but there's also people who don't do joy; they pleasure themselves. I mean, I'm with them in Schwitz all the time, so they're just going to pleasure themselves as opposed to have joy.
It's a good point. I never thought about that. I think I do that a lot. That's very different. Stop chasing pleasure, chase joy.
Well, actually, you want to hear something funny?
This can be the new seminar.
No, wait till you hear this. Wait till you hear this. I have
enjoy being
there's a
sad.
saying,
Yeah.
I don't know, it's not mine, but I couldn't quote anyone on it. It's just that if you make happiness the goal, you'll never be happy. So you don't exactly want to chase joy. You don't want happiness to be the goal. You know what the goal of life is? Meaning. Human beings are a unique species for a million reasons, considering we're using language right now, which is unique.
Yeah.
But human beings are unique for many reasons, but one of the most unique things in humans is they seek meaning. Even the Nazis in Maximum thought they were doing something meaningful.
Yeah, right. They're saving the world.
They're reading the world of conscience.
Yeah.
Conscience, meaning to feel guilty. They're ridding the world. It says it in Hitler's words that he said, "I've come to rid the world of conscience, the false belief that you can do something wrong." And he says it's a Jewish invention. And the Meshuggah thought if he could get rid of the Jews, he would get rid of conscience. And in a way, he's right. But they just wanted to be. He said we are barbarians, meaning just no conscience, rape, kill, pillage. Take what you can. Master race.
Wow.
And he thought he was doing the world a favor. So every human being is built with meaning in mind. Happiness isn't necessarily meaning. Meaning brings happiness.
So how can somebody bring meaning? Let's say they're not ready for a possible you, whether it's a budget thing or it's they're scared or whatever. But somebody listening to this at home, and some also maybe, I don't know.
By the way, the seminar is free if it doesn't work.
If it doesn't work, it's free?
Yeah.
How does that work?
I'll give them their money back.
Literally. Wow.
I mean, if someone walked up to me after the seminar and says this did not create a breakthrough for me, give them his money.
How often does that happen?
It's happened once. Some idiot in London. Mamish,
Makes sense, yeah. No, I'm kidding.
I forked out.
I love you guys.
Out, and I happened to have a wad of cash in my pocket. This guy walks up to me. He says, listen, and I didn't offer him a money back guarantee. He just walked up to me and says it didn't do anything for me. And I just pulled out $1,800 and handed it to him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice of you.
Jerk. I didn't have to do it.
Yeah.
I didn't have to do it, but that's how sure I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like, and by the way, he wasn't 100%. You know, guy wasn't 100%. And I also say that, that I tell the group, because you have to go through the whole system. Like you got to do it right. You can't do it wrong and then complain.
Yeah.
So I tell everyone, when you finish the seminar Wednesday night, I want you to look in the mirror and say, I did the entire possible you. Check.
Yeah.
And I said to them, if you didn't get the biggest breakthrough out of these 4 days, blame me, not yourself, because you didn't play big.
No.
Come in and play big.
Yeah, I just wanted to tell you that you say a lot of people hate you or stuff like that. A lot of people love you. Like people really.
You know why they
you
love
have
me?
Fans.
You know why they love me? Because if you watch my classes on YouTube or on Tour Anytime,
yeah,
you'll hear. I haven't seen it yet. I'm sure there's someone out there. I'm the only rabbi online in Tour Anytime YouTube. 400 hours Tour Anytime, 700 hours YouTube.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of rabbis on YouTube and Tour Anytime. I'm the only rabbi who shares his life.
Right.
Shares himself.
Yeah.
Including my sadness and my sensitivity and my pain. I've cried many times in these classes.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone thinks like Rabbi Yomtov didn't suffer like we did. I carry, you don't know what I go through, and you can't do what I do if you're not sensitive. So they think they can just take shots at me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you understand part of the Frum community with all that pain of the war and everything, part of the community is BPD. BPD is a borderline personality disorder.
Yeah.
There's 10 personality disorders that are supposed to be incurable.
Okay.
Which sounds terrible. One of them's narcissist personality disorder.
Yeah.
In California, they only have 9 personality disorders.
Okay.
You know why? Because if everyone's a narcissist, how can you call it a personality disorder?
Yeah, exactly.
So, but in our Frum communities, the Verfromd communities, have also 9.
Why?
Because if everyone's a little bit BPD,
right?
And what is BPD? No one really can explain BPD, but the symptoms we can explain is that you can be absolutely brutal, vicious, totally abusive to somebody. And the closer you are to them, the more vicious you'll get. Mm-hmm. Like you can actually rip into people. I once had a BPD, it's more in women than men. I once had a BPD man tell me, by the way, I'm feeling pretty close to you now, and I'm just warning you that I'm BPD. So if we get very close, I might attack. I was like, what? Like, what is that? And guess what? A year later, he was even closer to me. I get my first 3-page email digging into me.
Wow.
And as I said, I'm sensitive. So in our communities are so BPD that you can have, once in a while, I'll have someone publicly attack me. Mm-hmm. In a class. Right. No, I'm teaching or something, or I'm leading a Shabbos, or I'm at a Shabbos table, or I'm at a a bota or something. And some guy, and the crazy thing is everyone in the room should be throwing bananas at the guy. Like, wait, if you got something to say to him, say it privately. I've been at a Shabbos table where someone dug into me, and no one even felt bad for me. Why? Because the community's BPD, and they're like, oh, okay. This guy's going to make Yomtov suffer. Let's watch.
Wow.
It's like, are you crazy? Are you crazy?
So that's pretty sad, though.
That the community is so violent.
That so many people are struggling.
It's emotional violence.
Yeah.
It's emotional violence.
I mean, I'm not shocked or surprised, but it's just really... It's also pretty negative. Do you actually think so many people are BPD?
Right. And they think rabbis... And a lot of people think the more popular rabbis online, whatever... or Rosh Kahilas or whatever, they think that we're politicians, right? The more you say against Trump, the stronger he gets, right? What's a politician? Politician is the more you throw at him, the tougher he is. We're not that person. You can't be a leader of Klal Yisrael if you're not sensitive. Mm-hmm. And then people take shots. I've had shots taken at me. Mm-hmm. And everyone's thinking yeah, he's strong enough. Let's knock him down. Let's knock him down. They don't know if I'm going to lose sleep. They don't know if my stomach's going to turn. I'm an actual human being.
Right.
And you can't do possibly you if you're not sensitive.
Yeah.
I'm very sensitive.
It's very sad because I think I can relate in certain places, certain areas where majority of the people are actually suffering. They don't know that they're suffering. But it's just, they're definitely not living. And the answer that I hear commonly people say is that, but they don't know better. So it literally justifies why everybody in that community can be miserable.
Yeah. You know, everyone's got a certain amount of they're asleep. Yeah, we too. I too. Everyone has an amount they're asleep. You know, it's just the nature of human life is you fall asleep in your own life and you live that way. You know,
Yeah.
I'll be coming home to my family, please God, if the war doesn't break out more than it already did yesterday.
Yeah.
I'll be coming home to my family, and I don't want to be asleep when I say hi to Miriam, my daughter. I don't want to be asleep when I say hi to Surly. But they're my kids, so maybe it's not a person. Maybe it's just kid. No, it's Miriam. Maybe it's just kid. It's Surly. And we can just, it's so easy for humans to fall asleep.
Right.
And I don't want to be asleep. And people suffering the most are probably the most asleep. Because maybe sleep is better.
100%. So how does a person, so again, how does a person who says, I want to change my life right now, what is one or two simple steps that you can give that person?
Oh yeah? Okay. Cool. Oh, I just want to say before, why did I mention Prince Carlin and the Kaftan and all that?
Okay.
And who I created the Pass of You for. I didn't sign up for any of this. You understand? I didn't sign up for this.
Right.
I didn't sign up to live in airplanes and out of suitcases. You know, like right now I'm staying in a place in Tums River, a nice big house, and I was like, they were like, you can stay up here with the family or you can stay in the basement. I'm like, if you don't mind, I'd like to stay up here with the family just because I miss my family, you know.
Wow.
Just be with you guys for a few days, even though I don't know everybody so well, but I'll get to know you and feel like I have family. I don't want to be in the basement. And I didn't sign up for it. That's what I'm saying is like,
Right.
this is my gift for Klal Yisrael.
Wow.
You know, some of my seminars are free, meaning sometimes they don't know my company. Sometimes the 1800s covering the fact that I was just running Pesach. Sorry for running, but it was Nisan, and I had zero income last month. Right. And so this entire seminar I'm running for you 30 guys is going to pay my overhead and pay people who didn't get paid last month because there was a snowstorm when I started Brooklyn. And remember the two snowstorms? Mm-hmm. The first one was day one of a seminar that was supposed to pay for all my staff, everyone's Pesach, and my Pesach.
Yeah.
Nothing. And so then what are my next seminars? Those are paying everyone back. I get paid. I'm getting paid last. I didn't draw a salary since January. Mm-hmm. Meaning I didn't sign up for this. This is my gift. And you know, we want to know something that think about my life though. Even if I was making all the money people think I'm making in Satmar, you know, Satmar, all they care about like, what are you making? You know, if I was making whatever a Satmar Havamina guy is thinking I'm making, oh yeah, when am I spending it exactly?
Right.
You know, when am I spending it? In the Prince Carlin, your Shalmi cooking with a pickle, Kiddush? Is that where I'm spending it? Like, when do I spend the money they think I'm making? You understand? Yeah. I live on flights, people's hopefully homes and not basements.
Yeah.
And I get to go. I was in Yerushalayim in the last 5 weeks. I was there one. Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
One.
Lamasa,
I slept in my bed once.
What does somebody do? What does somebody do? They find themselves right now.
Yeah. So lost. Yeah, let's. What's the advice?
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah.
Right now.
If you don't mind, I'm sure so many people want to know. What's Yomtov Glazer's number one trick? I'm miserable. I'm in bed. I'm suffering. Anxious.
So I'll give a trick second, and first I'm going to give a piece of advice.
Okay.
It's called being okay with being okay with not being okay. Because nice. It's enough that you're not okay. You want to also not be okay with the fact that you're not okay.
Love
like
that.
You're going to ruin your life. Like it's enough that you're suffering, enough that this kid's going off the derech, it's enough that your health isn't the way you wanted it to be. Right. But we double down on the suffering. You see, when someone's suffering, whatever it may be, it might be just cold in the room, and the AC's broken, the heat's broken, or whatever.
Yeah.
So there's two things going on. There's me and there's it. There's that it's cold, or that my, the leg's broken, or I got a stomach ache, or my kid's going off, or whatever it is. So you got you and you got it. Sometimes you can change it by pressing the thing and turning on the heat. But sometimes you can't. Mm-hmm. A lot of people have situations they can't fix, maybe over time, but not now.
Okay.
So what's left? If there's me and there's it, what's the one thing I could change? Me. And what is that? To be okay with not being okay.
Right.
Is that I can be okay with not being okay. Meaning there's the issue and then there's your issue with the issue.
Yeah.
And you're the issue with the issue. But the to be okay with not being okay.
Right.
And I'm not okay right now. Meaning I'm in a situation that's not okay. And I'm okay with that.
Right.
And it takes a lot of the burn away. It takes a lot of the burn away to just, it's called acceptance, like radical acceptance. Yeah, it's like I'm going to accept this situation right now. And it takes a lot of the burn off. Doesn't fix it entirely because there's a situation which I would like solved. But at least I don't have to, I once found a guy, I got called into an emergency because, people were doing psychedelics in the country. Mm-hmm. And there was a guy who was having a bad one of it, and it was a group.
Yeah.
And so the guy leading this group said, I need help. And so, who do I go to? Okay, Yomtov is going to help. I thankfully was in Muncie at the time. So, and I had some time. Well, it was already, I'd finished the seminar. It was midnight. I'm getting in my pajamas, and I get this phone call from the country.
Okay.
That some guy's freaking out and needs help. By the way, people love to say I'm pro psychedelics and all that stuff. You should know that it's nothing more than an expertise. Meaning, I have 45 years in research of this subject. Mm-hmm. People will come to me to find out which psychedelic they think I should take. That they should take. Mm-hmm. And when we're done with the meeting, I'm like, so basically, stay away from psychedelics.
Oh wow!
And the guy's like, I didn't come here to hear that. And in other words, in the whole world of psychedelics, I am the most conservative person I've ever met, especially in the frum world. Mm-hmm. I'm super conservative about it.
So is there ever a chance that people should take it, or majority of people?
It may be, but it's a very individualistic thing. It's very unpredictable what might happen. It's you're playing with fire.
Yeah.
And things have to be done appropriately or whatever. But I made a very strong line in the sand because when I saw my seminar, when I saw the Possibility's popularity, I said there is going to be no crossover whatsoever. The Possibility does not touch psychedelics, period. Not only that, people have to sign if they lead. I have several leaders. I'm not the only leader. Mm-hmm. Every leader has to sign that they will never, ever have psychedelics get anywhere near the Possibility Center.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there is a fine line in the sand there, a strong line in the sand.
Yeah, so what happened by that story?
So I get up to Muncie, and there's the guy plastered on the floor, face down.
Okay.
Plastered on the floor, and he's like, I don't like this. It's like a businessman reverted back to 11 years old in Khotel.
Yeah.
And he was saying where are the Rebbe now? Why aren't they saving me? Right?
Yeah.
And and where's the Shem for me? Total 11-year-old,
okay.
11-year-old meaning in Khotel where they say, if things are hard for you, God doesn't like you. And if things are good for you, God loves you. It's come on, Khotel Rebbe's. How do you know they're never going to learn Tanya and find out who God really is? He might be 31, still going with 11-year-old hashkafas, which is this guy. Yeah. So he totally reverted back to 11 years old. And I don't like this. I don't like this. So I go next to his, his face down. I go next to his ear and I said, who the hell are you? And he was his whole body shakes. He had no idea anyone's near him.
Yeah.
And he looks up, he's covered in blood. He cries, his nose, his mouth. He looks up and he sees my face. I don't know if the guy knew who I was. I think he probably did, but I have no idea.
Yeah.
And he goes, what? And I said, who the hell are you? He says, what do you mean, who am I? And I said, well, all I hear you saying is I don't like this. So there's an I and there's a this. This I don't think we can do much about it at this point. It's going to take a couple hours
Yeah.
to get out of this. So all that's left is this I that doesn't like this.
So who
So I'm
are
wondering
you?
who that is.
Well,
And he puts his face goes back down, silence, and then all of a sudden he just starts laughing and laughing, and the group was already like got distance from him. They made a campfire.
yeah.
They hear like laughter into the night. He was fine. He was like, it was over. You know?
Why? Because he noticed who he
He
is.
doesn't even, he noticed that he doesn't even know who he is. And he's like,
Right.
I don't even know who I am. So, but that I has such an issue with this.
Yeah, yeah. So you're saying again back to
Being okay
bring it-
with not
being
being
okay
okay.
with not being okay, but also recognizing who has the issue with what we're dealing with right now.
There's an issue, but my issue with the issue is the real issue.
Right. Before I finish up the podcast, I
But
want
we
to
got to
know.
finish. I
do you
didn't give
really
the trick.
think-
Just the
The
trick.
trick, the trick,
The
yeah.
trick is just that we're always okay with now. You're always okay with now. You okay with now?
Yeah.
I'm okay with now.
Right.
Okay. A dentist coming at your gums with a needle. It's like, okay, I can do that like all day, but now
Right.
I'll
take that.
I'll
pinch.
take it now. So we're always okay with now.
Right.
And if we could just get to now, and really be now,
Yeah.
you'll notice that now's, I could deal with now. I'm always, I'm okay with now.
I love Eckhart Tolle's work.
That's,
It's
yeah.
the one book that I read multiple times over and over.
The Power of Now or A New Earth? Which one?
The Power of Now.
Have you read A New Earth?
No.
When you
good.
read A New Earth, you're going to read it more times than The Power Now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And by the way, a friend of mine, a rabbi in Yerushalayim, took the word God, so you could read it in the bathroom. He took the word God out of the whole book. All the Goyish quotes took out. Mm-hmm. And you can order it and
yeah?
print it
Okay.
and put it in your bathroom.
Yeah.
And it's both books
Without the things.
without all the shtusim.
I want to just touch on, because I feel like people might come back to this. You mentioned that a lot of Hasidim are BPD. I think that's a little bit controversial.
A little bit, not a
It
lot.
sounds like we're framing Hasidim. I'm
Chas
curious if
v'shalom.
you actually think that way or.
Not everyone. What I meant is there's a certain viciousness or violence inside the hearts. Not of everyone, but of a lot. And yeah, it's an interesting point that you're bringing up.
I don't want people to think
Everyone
that
has
you
it a little.
think of Hasidim that way.
Oh gosh. Let's properly understand this. I don't see them that way. I don't see them that way. The losing one's cool on one's spouse would be a reflection of this. Like people can lose it sometimes.
Yeah.
The I would say that the percentage of people who has it would probably be 30. I'm not talking about certified diagnosis of BPD. They have like everything's on a scale. Mm-hmm. Everything's on a scale. I'm sure I'm BPD on a scale. Mm-hmm. Like there's a certain, put a couple, my kids say that I beat someone up every 3 years on Purim.
Wow.
By the way, I kicked the habit. I've already made it, like I'm now at like 6-7 years. I haven't beaten anyone up. And but every 3 years I take someone out on Purim. I mean, I got it too. Mm-hmm. This was not a comment. This was a comment about the Holocaust, about a community that went through it. And by the way, it's not Hasidim. It's anyone. It's anyone from the Haredi community that still lives the trauma of it. Mm-hmm. I doubt there's a lot of BPD people in the 5 towns. Mm-hmm. And you yourself said you married out of the BPD community to like give your kids a fighting chance to not be part of it at all.
How does one find their?
It's in all of us, and it's also in the 5 towns. It's in everyone.
How does one find their BPD?
Well, no, it's the part of us.
Their disorder.
No, it's the part of us that's.
Oh, it's already
That
naturally in
lashes
us.
out. It's a part of us that wants to lash out. The part of us that wants to tear down somebody.
How does somebody find that?
What do you mean find it? You don't want to find it. You don't want to have anything to do with it. That's
I want to get
our
rid of it.
that's our real inner goop. You don't want anything to do with that. How do you get rid of it?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the first step of getting rid of anything is admit it, right? The
Yeah.
alcoholic's not going to stop drinking until he admits he's an alcoholic. So that's number one, is admit that there's part of me that's a little vicious. After that, I would say that become someone who has zero tolerance for. I have zero tolerance for shooting my bitterness on people, like putting my bitterness on people, because it's the bitterness inside us that we're throwing on people.
Yeah.
So I have zero tolerance for that. Like, that's not going on someone else. It's enough I got it.
Right.
I don't have to put it on someone else. That's another one. That it's not leaving me, like not on others. I'm not going to destroy anyone on the chats or the blogs or.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. Like, we have laws of speech. We have laws of speech. I'm not taking people down.
Right.
And certainly not, obviously the worst is the people you're closest with, you feel more of a heter.
Yeah.
So I'm not doing that. Like, my spouse didn't marry me to have my garbage pour all over them.
Right.
So that's, I think, number two, is to get to a point where you're zero tolerance for it spilling out.
Right.
And now, how do you clean yourself? Like, how do you get it out of you?
Yeah.
I've heard therapists say, like, when I say therapy, I don't mean 50-minute therapy. I'm talking like, you heard of the Call of the Chauffeur, Journey to Home, all these different, that they keep changing names. Can't keep up with the names. I don't know what the names are now, but their shita is get a group of men together, and one at a time, each one gets to just, and the lead, what? And the leader will play the person that you so want to kill. The leader will play your father, or he'll play that uncle that touched you, or he'll play that role. And you get to go in, you get to lose your temper on him. They'll give you something to punch, because punch the guy.
Yeah.
They'll give you something to punch. They'll put you, if you got, one of the worst things in trauma, especially sexual trauma, is not the actual trauma. It's the fact that you couldn't get away.
Right.
And that's where the real trauma is, that you couldn't get away. Though I was once at one of those programs where they wrapped the guy in a mattress, like a big, flat, like not a very thick one, but like king size. And they rolled him up like a burrito.
Wow.
And he couldn't get out. And he was freaking out. And people were like kind of holding it so he wouldn't be able to get out. So he could like go through it again. But voluntarily. He's paying for this.
Yeah.
And then when he finally got out, to now go crazy on everybody and lash out. So, not my shita, but I've heard this shita, and I think there's something about it, that you can get your stuff out finally in a kosher, safe environment where you can get it the hell out of you.
Yeah.
But there are other ways. There are other ways to get it out and to come to love, come to light and love. But light and love is where it's at. And you can come to light and love. We can all come to light and love. I feel like you know what I really wanted to say but didn't. But there's other ways to get there.
Very nice. Rabbi Yomtov, very nice, transformative. Learned a lot over here. I think that it's important, again, acknowledge it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to expand yourself and to challenge yourself and to do something that's out of your comfort. And the issue is never the issue, it's the issue with the issue.
Well, the issue is an issue, but it's my issue with the issue. There's also I think that I want to say like this: anyone who's offering you to have a different experience of your own life, whatever it is, to not do that because you're so in the aquarium. Like everyone lives in their own water, in their aquarium, and you can't describe it because you're so in it.
Yeah.
If someone's offering you to leave your aquarium, whether it be me or anyone, and not to take it because you just know what you know, and so you just stay with what you know. If you come out, like a guy once said to me, I said, I thought you can't come. I thought your sister's marrying off.
Yeah.
I said, I'm coming back in 6 months. Do it then. Why are you here? He says, because I now know that my life looks, outside this aquarium, it will look so much differently that I don't want to give up the 6 months.
Wow.
So the wedding's in this town. He came to a town where the wedding was.
Yeah.
The wedding's in this town. I'm going to be there till the seminar, till 7 o'clock. During the break, I'm going to go back, and then I'm going back for the mitzvah dance, and hopefully no one will notice.
Wow.
But I was like, you're crazy. And he's like, I'm not crazy, because I know that if someone can offer you a different view and you don't take it, even if there's a chance it won't work, even if you may lose your money doing it,
right?
Even if you lost your time doing it, if 5% of your view would suddenly be a different experience, well, what's that going to lead to?
Wow.
Right? Where does that lead now that I got a new view? Even 5% new view.
Yeah.
And you don't want to spend the money? You're not worth it? That's worth everything. You know how much people spend on someone in a real crunch, like a terrible trauma or a crisis, and they'll go to therapists for like big bucks.
Yeah.
To that, they'll spend like $5,000 in 1 month of therapy to try to get their view to shift a little.
Right.
We all go to Rebbes to like, please, Rebbe, tell me it's okay. Give me a new view.
Yeah. G'tavach. Hope you're enjoying this episode. Just wanted to announce the winner of the $50 for whoever comments. Every week we have a winner. The winner is Beil Rock, Beil ROK, who commented Derfi Shleim Ala Imma Shalcha. So thank you. You are the winner. G'tavach. Enjoy the episode. Yes. All right. Rabbi Yomtov, thank you. I always say if there's enough questions and demand, from my part, I'm ready to do a part 2.
Oh, yeah.
Your part, you're super busy. I'm trying to get to this for like 2 years. But Baruch Hashem for them. So I'm going to put all your information in the comments. People can watch you on Torah anytime, on YouTube. You have a status even, I think, also, right? You post
I'm happy for people to get on my status.
Status. I'm going to post the status link. I saw you on Instagram.
Do I still have to save everyone in my phone for them to watch my status?
Yeah. Have you been saving people?
Of course. Okay. Anyone who asks, I just...
Okay, so I'm going to put his WhatsApp as well. Yeah. And guys, reminder to support our sponsors, Khotel, The Right Choice, The Right Contact, which is the official sponsor of this episode. Hooplah, Eichlers. Please support them. Thank you to Westwood. Thank you to Rabbi Yomtov for your time. I really appreciate it. And reminder to like the episode, share it with a friend that can enjoy, subscribe. We're looking to get to 10K. We're at like over 6,000 right now. So if you can please subscribe, it means the world. And join the membership, guys. From every episode, we have bonus footage that you can watch and enjoy. When you subscribe, it's $9.99 a month, and it really helps the channel out. So thank you so much. Thank you, Rabbi Yomtov.
Thank you.